So thank you for taking the time to explore this site and this new project. And I decided to entitle this project Journal of a Kriya Yoga Teacher, primarily because I thought this would be a wonderful way to interact with individuals, sharing blog posts, sharing videos, sharing commentaries on books that I've been reading that have helped me along the spiritual path. So I look at this more as a journal than anything else. With this Patreon community, it was brought to my attention by numerous students as a way to help fund this work. And since I've been ordained and authorized as a Kriya Yoga teacher, I've done my best to offer classes online and in person on a donation basis so anyone could learn, as well as sharing as freely as possible on YouTube, which you're aware of, the youtube.com/Kriya Yoga online channel, with the occasional need to have a set price for books and downloadable classes. With this project, the goal is to provide you access to, again, useful information about the Kriya Yoga path. I have begun a new podcast, the Kriya Yoga Podcast, specifically the Kriya Yoga Podcast, which is available on Apple, iTunes, Podbean, and I believe Spotify. And I've been interviewing Kriya Yoga teachers, as well as doing monologue discussions on philosophy related to Kriya Yoga. And as of this recording, we have about 14 of those available, scheduled to be posted every other Monday. And my goal is to turn that into a accessible body of knowledge dealing with everything Kriya Yoga related, to help keep you inspired, stable, and steady on the path. We'll be exploring the Yoga Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita, again, interviews with other Kriya Yoga teachers, as well as practices and techniques. So by participating in this Patreon community, in this project, Journal of a Kriya Yoga Teacher, essentially what you're doing is helping fund that. And that will be available to anyone who has the capacity to hear a podcast. There are different tiers of support with this community. First tier, you're able to simply say, I've been watching your videos, reading your works, and I'd like to contribute to this project. Another tier allows you to access once a month a lesson, very simple, very straightforward lesson, but what I found to be necessary to continue the Kriya Yoga process throughout the years that it requires for the work to be done. And then at another tier, the idea is to offer monthly Q&A and meditation sessions online, so you can tune in from anywhere in the world. Although that is, there's only a certain number of people I can host with that, so that tier is only available to a certain number of people because of space. But this is meant to go in conjunction with the Kriya Yoga apprenticeship course, the 2-year Kriya Yoga apprenticeship course, as well as to continue posting videos on YouTube about Kriya Yoga, spirituality, philosophy, and meditation. So if you have an interest in supporting this work, it's much appreciated. Through the Patreon community, my idea is to help give you incentives to want to participate, but also recognize that your participation and your funding of this project, the Journal of a Kriya Yoga Teacher, isn't just for you. It gives me the capacity to continue to write, to continue to do YouTube videos, to continue to do podcasts, such that this information can make its way through the world and anyone can have access to it. And do keep in mind that we all are at different levels of prosperity, and some are able to support abundantly. Others, their role is to benefit from that. So know that this isn't just for you. This is for all those other people in the world as well who might not have the capacity or the funds, but still need the information. So that's why I'm going to continue to do the podcast, continue to do the free lectures on YouTube, and of course continue to offer classes and teachings on a donation basis. It just makes it easier on all of us, really. Partially this was inspired due to the fact that about 5 weeks before Mr. Davis passed, I had met with him, just as always, it seemed like any other meeting. And over the years, being a Vedic astrologer as my vocation, that which allowed me to pay my bills, he would, when I would say to him, I would like to give my full time and attention to teaching, meaning teaching Kriya Yoga. And he'd always say to me, well, that's a good idea, but it'd be great for you to continue to do your Vedic astrology work so you're able to support yourself as well as take care of those that you're responsible for. But on this last meeting, I brought it up once more because I was nearing my 40th year, and due to life circumstances, there was a strong drive to give it my all in regards to the outward ministry. And so I brought it up again. And this time he said, that sounds like a good idea. So now we begin, and the initial project, this project along with the podcasts and the videos and the books, is this Patreon community and this idea of sharing the journal of a Kriya Yoga teacher. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen, and I look forward to participating with you in this work.